The technique is now shown in slow motion. Technique number 10. Elbow forward, push shoulder. This technique is called elbow forward, push shoulder. This technique is very effective in taking your opponent's balance. In this example, when the opponent strikes with his right fist, I quickly block with my right arm, checking and passing my opponent's wrist to my left hand. While continuing my movement forward, I pass my right forearm to his chest. I then push up first, then over and down. I need to step forward to break his balance. I can also grab the shoulder, which will create a lock. If you only push with your arm and don't step, your opponent could still control his balance. From this inside position, with my forearm and elbow, there are many opportunities to strike at the face, throat, chin, cheeks, and other parts if necessary. So block, take a step, push with the forearm, then pass and press down, creating a circular movement.
I particularly like this move, the way he comes in and blocks, and when he finally strikes the collarbone, he lifts the whole body up, and when he comes down, the explosive elbow becomes a weapon as well, and the driving force of the elbow drives you down to the ground. Love it. Excellent move.
The technique is now shown in slow motion. Technique number 11. Twist neck, lock arm. This chin-na technique is called twist neck, lock arm. My opponent strikes at me with a right-left combination. I quickly block his right fist with my right hand. I notice the left punch and quickly swing my right fist back to block that. While drawing my hand across my opponent's body, I can use this opportunity to strike the cheek, nose, eyes, mouth, or anything else on the way over to the left punch. From the block on the left arm, my right elbow comes forward and strikes the chest and collarbone while wrapping his neck and turning him. My left hand is grabbing his right wrist at the same time. It is important to coordinate the wrapping of the neck, controlling the right wrist, and the turning of your whole body to make this an effective technique. After blocking, striking, turning, and taking him to the ground, you must step forward and press your knee down between his arm and shoulder. Press down with your knee and turn his hand counterclockwise to create the lock and leverage. Your opponent will feel pain in his nerves and joints because you are turning them against their natural movements. His arm is locked, ready to break, and he cannot move. This is a very interesting application. What's most interesting to me is how exposed you are. After you punch with your right and your left, both arms are open, your face is exposed, your eyes, your nose, your chin, your throat, your neck, your collarbones, and you're getting hit from multiple directions, multiple angles. At the same time, your arm is grabbed, it's twisted, your shoulder is lowered, you're thrown to the ground, and then on top of that, your arm is pulled back up, it's twisted and locked from the wrist, the elbow joint, the shoulder joint, putting pressure all the way down into your sternum. The technique is now shown in slow motion. Technique number 12, backswing lock elbow. This Chin-Na technique is called backswing lock elbow. My opponent strikes at my face with his right fist. I quickly step to the left and simultaneously block across his strike with my right hand, pushing it to my right, and then immediately spinning his arm back to the left. My palm should face up during this portion of the move, so I can finish by flipping my palm to grab his wrist. I extend his arm out and switch the hold with my left hand. Once I do this, I cross my right arm underneath his right arm while turning inside his center. I slide up against my opponent's body until his chest is pressed against my back. His arm is locked on my shoulder, my right hand is located high on the arm, and my left hand is low, controlling the wrist. I step back and lean forward, using my shoulder as leverage to flip my opponent. When on the ground, I press my right knee between his arm and shoulder. At the same time, my right hand moves to the elbow, creating a lock. My left hand pulls his hand up and in towards me. Remember to step 180 degrees back and to the right to create the circle and space for him to fall around your body. What's interesting about this move is Master Wong applies by stepping into my center. His center of gravity is lower than mine, and as he takes my arm and moves it over his body and repositions himself, his center is lower than mine. He can break my arm, he can pull it over his body, extending it away from my center. My feet come up, I fly over, and he throws me into the ground, immediately maintaining contact and going into a Chin-Na from the wrist and the elbow and the shoulder joint, and he can apply the knee to the back of the ribs too.